I got it. I found it. Hello everybody, my name is Ronja Engarde and we found a fucking Feebas. It took me quite a bit to find it, but here we are. I pretty much ransacked that entire pool of water just to try and find it, and I actually had to go back to Dewford Town just to change the trendy saying, because that actually changes Feebas' location on the route. And holy shit, here we are. Let us call you Narcissus. There we go. Let's check you out. Are you kidding me with this shit? What? What the? Okay. I mean, I suppose I can't complain, but just in case you're not aware why I'm so incredibly salty right now, that Feebas had an adamant nature, which means that his attack is boosted and his special attack is gimped, which is the exact opposite you would want in a Feebas. And on top of that, it also makes it very hard to evolve it, because that means, pretty much, because its evolution is based on how high you raise its beauty stat, and that is much harder to do if it has a negative special attack nature, which ours have. So if we actually manage to evolve this thing, that's gonna be a fucking... that's gonna be an adventure and a half. So I'm gonna hold off on using that one for now. Oh, wait, fuck, now everything's fucked up. Let's... wait, there we go. Now everything's going according to plan. Let's just heal, just in case. Yeah, that was pretty much just the thing I wanted to do in the last episode, and I just, spent the better part of like an hour or so just getting that done. And, now I'm just planning to, do the things that we skipped over in the last part, just to, get that over with. Especially I want to get to the berry master, just to, be able to do some berry farming, because boy howdy do I love berry farming. And I'm honestly surprised that I haven't done any berry farming yet, because I actually do enjoy that quite a bit. Now, Zigzagoon is apparently the Pokemon that we're gonna be able to find on this route, which, could be worse, could be better, could be much better, but oh well. At least it is useful. That it is. Now let's just throw a Pokeball at it. Let's see. Just took a swig of my now cold iced tea, because between parts, as I mentioned last time, I did put my iced tea in the freezer again just to get it to a cool and cold temperature. Wow. I'm just completely stuck. I have no idea. Yep, just picked a name from my list. And I guess you're going to be called... Versace. I don't fucking know. I'm very glad that I do have that list of, like, I don't know, at this point it's like 50 or something nicknames. Just so that I have something to pull from if there's a situation like that where I'm just like, I have no idea. Now let's get into this multi-battle. Because, you know, the smart thing to do is probably to not get into multi-battles if possible, because multi-battles, or well, double battles in general, are kind of scary, because it's a lot easier to lose something in that scenario. Oh, actually, a flamethrower should be able to take out Pincer, but I'm not quite sure. Sorry. It's just so irresistible. God damn it. I swear, if I ever become like any kind of big YouTube or any internet, I should say, personality, you better believe your fucking ass I'm gonna be trying to get an iced tea sponsor. Because that would... Wow. Okay. Thanks, Absol. Very cool. Actually, our Cadenza is not actually too far away from evolving. Let's... Yeah, level 32. It's only 3 levels until it's fully evolved. Who could have guessed? Yeah, there's something with my voice right now that I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what's happening, but actually, I think we should put Tiny Tallulah. Actually, let's take care of this double battle first. Hello, trainer. I hope your Pokemon won't cry when they lose. Well, that's harsh. Because I do remember that these two have a Beautifly and a Dustox, yeah. I have like a vague memory that's popping up that I think I have actually lost Pokemon to this battle. I'm not sure if I think it might have been in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire that it was. But it was this battle at least. Either in the 3rd or the 6th generation. God, did you hear me, like, fucking almost stumble over that 6th? But, you know, I feel like it would be kind of justified, because who the fuck came up with that word? 6th? Like, just from, like, God, what the... Jesus, from a phonological standpoint, that word is just fucked. Just 6th. Just complete, you know, consonant crash. But here we have the I think Flamethrower is gonna be able to take care of these guys, but actually I also remembered that I completely skipped over mentioning that in the abandoned ship we actually got the TM for Ice Beam and gave it to Cadenza, which, yeah, you know, I just completely skipped over. Hopefully you were able to pick up on that if you were, because I know that well, I mean, I don't know if my viewers do this, but I just know from my own experience that I tend to not actively watch, you know, a lot of YouTube. I tend to, like, either have a YouTube video up as I'm playing something, like a DS, and then, you know, half pay attention to the screen, or just, you know, fully not even watch. Just, you know, like just have it on us. It pretty much is an audio file, like a podcast, pretty much. And I feel like for a series like this, which is pretty much like I don't pay attention to the plot at all. I just, this is just fully me playing through a game. I guess I did say it at the beginning that this, just, casual, laid back playthrough of Pokemon Emerald where I'm just, having fun and doing a Nuzlocke run, which makes things pretty stressful. But I do actually like that combination of like that it's it's a casual playthrough, but there's like those few tense moments in between sometimes. Ooh, actually we should pick this up. Even though we can't use it, we can still sell it. So, that's useful. Now, from you, I wonder what we're gonna get. Ooh, yes! Hondu Berry, that's pretty good actually. Hondu Berry is one of those berries that raises happiness but lowers one's stat. In this case, it's special attack. Yeah. And all the other berries that we picked up outside are also like raises friendship but lowers a specific stat. Let's see here if we are able to, because I do remember at least one of these, but I don't think we quote-unquote have that word yet. No. Damn it. Actually, let me see. Let me look this up. Just give me a little second here. Okay, it seems that there is one that we're able to say before the Elite Four. The others are, for some reason, locked behind the behind beating the Elite Four, or well, getting into the Hall of Fame specifically, which is really weird. But yeah, that's the Spellon Berry, which, pretty much only useful for contest stuff. But I remember as a kid, getting one of those 5 berries was like, oh my god, you got one of those berries? Like, that, it was like really like special and cool. Which is honestly a little lame, but also kind of cute. That we cared that much about something like that. Sorry Electrike, but should have been quicker on the draw, but now I have a Zigzagoon instead. What do you know, honestly isn't too bad, because if push comes to shove and I'm, don't have all of the, are not able to give all the HMs to a Pokemon, then Linoon is a pretty good candidate for that, because it's able to learn, it gets cut, it gets rock smash, it gets strength. It also gets surf. But I think that's it. But that's still pretty good, I don't remember who, because there's 3 very good HM slaves in this game, and that is one of them. The other being Tropius and well, pretty much any water Pokemon is a good HM slave. Come to think of it, because 3 of the HMs can be learned by pretty much every water type. Because you have Surf, and you have Waterfall, and then you also have Dive. So lots of water moves for some reason. But I guess Generation 2 also had the same issue, because you had Surf, Waterfall, and then you also had a Whirlpool. So not sure if they're... I think all the other generations only have 2. Excuse me, have 2 with Surf and Waterfall pretty much being staples of HMs. Dive coming back in Generation 6 for ORAS, but also in Generation 5, but only in the post game. So no big deer. Oh, you couldn't just give me that one. That sliver of damage. Yeah, that's what you get. Shed skin. Ooh, that reminds me, I picked up a TM when I was in Dewford, because, as I said, I went back to Dewford for, to change the phrase, because, I only had that water, because I don't want to, go ahead off screen. So I only had that one pool of water available, so instead of quote-unquote cheating, I went to Dewford to randomize the patches again. I think I'm gonna do a little bit more research before I give it to Tanya, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna give Tanya Tallulah the Sludge Bomb TM, because off the top of my head, I don't think Tanya actually gets any useful poison type moves, because I think it's about to learn Poison Fang. No, yeah, because it has Poison Tail, but learns poison. Wow, literally right this level. They both have the same power. Poison Tail is a little bit more PP, which I like. Also has the higher critical hit ratio, whereas Poison Fang that has the special effect of pretty much instead of giving regular poison, it gives badly poison, which honestly I don't care that much about. So I think I'd rather have Poison Tail for the increased critical hit ratio, as well as the extra PP. So, actually, I don't even know why they give you Poison Tail before Poison Fang, because Poison Tail is honestly better than Poison Fang. So there's that. I think I'm actually gonna just use Tanya for all of these bug catchers, because, you know, Flamethrower is pretty freaking good. Hello. If you step forward, we step forward. If you turn right, we turn too. Oh man, freaking bug maniacs. I think I don't remember where I read this, but there's like a thing that, you know, oh, when bug catchers get older, they turn into bug maniacs, pretty much. I think either there's a bug maniac in-game that says that, oh, I used to be just a bug catcher, but now I'm a bug maniac, or something like that. I think that's the case, actually. Which, you know, let me pop up right here if that is the case or not. And I left a convenient pause there to help myself in editing, because now I've actually started editing the videos. I'm actually up to right before the 5th gym. I actually just today edited the 4th gym, and I guess you could say it's kind of narcissistic. But I'm honestly enjoying watching my own videos. Like, it's kind of fun to look back and, you know, especially those battles, because those were kind of intense. You know, the 3rd and the 4th gyms were pretty intense, and I'm not sure we're gonna get such an intense battle later on, actually, but crossing my fingers, because that would be pretty fun. Just hope that I'm not gonna lose too much, you know. The thing is that it's kind of a double-edged thing, because on one hand, I don't want to lose anything, because, you know, losing things just isn't fun, because you've been working at these things for so long, and, you know, you don't want to lose them, you want to keep them. But at the same time, it's like, well, you feel like things get pretty stagnant, and you kind of want something crazy to happen, but, you know... So I feel pretty torn between those two emotions. Ooh, hyper potion, that's pretty helpful, actually. I don't know why. Well, I guess I remember because of hyper potion, but I guess an update on my Pokemon Go adventures, because that's something you really needed. Is that I've been having a lot of fun with it. I'm almost level 30 actually, because I know, you know, I just started playing like 1.5 months ago. Actually, almost to the day, it was 1.5 months ago, and you know, I'm already almost level 30, so I'm pretty stoked about that. But I've been having a lot of fun with it, but the only thing that I am having trouble with right now is that, girl, I have no fucking potions. I am out of potions. I have revives, so, you know, I don't have any issues with taking on gyms and such, because, you know, I can just revive everything that dies so that I can just challenge it over and over again. Because the thing that I used up all my potions on, which is almost kind of a funny story actually, is because I have like a set route that I go when I go for a walk. I have like an 8-kilometer walk that I go on, which is, you know, I go to a lake, around that lake and back, and that is, you know, almost exactly 8 kilometers, and it takes me everywhere from like almost 2 hours to 3 hours, depending on, you know, if I'm just walking and listening to music, it takes me about 2 hours, but if I'm playing Pokemon Go, it takes me like approximately 3. And it's a pretty good walk, but the thing is that, you know, there's Pokestops and gyms, you know, scattered across this. I've gone on a little bit of a different path since I started playing Pokemon Go, actually, because instead of going, there was a place that I walked around before, but now I just walk straight through it because there's a lot of Pokestops in there. But there was a gym that I saw that I was like, you know, I want to take this over, because, you know, when you see a gym that is not, you know, jam-packed full of, you know, 3,000 CP Pokemon, you're like, why not? There was one lone Pokemon in there, and I thought, you know, why not? Let's just try and take it out. And oh boy, that, you know, usually taking over a gym, you know, takes what, you know, a maximum of like 5 minutes, because, you know, if there's 6 Pokemon in there with full health, what do they call it, motivation, it can take, because you have to go through like 3 rounds of 6 Pokemon, you know, but it usually won't take you more than 5 minutes tops. This one Pokemon, this one Chansey, because the thing is, it wasn't even a Blissey. Wait, it might have been a Blissey? No, I think it's... Either way, it was either a Chansey or a Blissey, but I thought, you know, I've taken out Chanseys and Blisseys, this is not going to be any issue. And it was just one lone one that had, like, you know, 2/3 of its motivation. I thought, you know, easy pickings, pretty much. I go in, I take it down to 1/3 motivation, I go in to battle it again, and it has full HP all of a sudden. Well, no, full CP. all of a sudden, like, it's gotten back its full motivation. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess he used a golden raspberry, because that's what happens if you use a golden raspberry. You get all of your CP and motivation back. I thought, oh, okay, well, if you want to be stubborn, I got all day. Let me just, heal up my Pokemon and get back into it. And I knocked it back to 1/3 motivation again. And he healed. Like, literally, right when I had gotten it to 1/3, he healed it again. And this went on, I kid you fucking not, for an hour. This one, I'm pretty sure it was Blissey now that I think about it, this one Blissey hard-walled me for an hour before I finally had to, because I was just standing there. And finally I decided to sit down when I realized that it was going to take me more than, half an hour. I decided, okay, let's sit down at least. Oh my Jesus Christ, that was... And I had to give up. Well, I didn't have to, but I thought it seemed like this person had seemingly endless golden raspberries, so I was not about to, to just stand there and just be an idiot. I had a walk to go on, damn it. So I gave up. But that was how I used up a lot of my potions. And then because the thing is that after that, I actually didn't go for the full walk. I just walked home again. Because, girl, I had already spent an entire hour. I had to go to the store. I had to do shit at home. Like, girl, I don't have time for that. But the next day, I went for a walk again. And I encountered, because I of course, not, paid attention to who it was, the name of this person, fucking Mr. Instinct Warrior. God damn, I swear to God, I'm not gonna, never gonna forget that name from now on. And I saw the same guy in another gym, and I'm like, you motherfucker, this time, I am taking over this gym, and there's nothing you can do about it. I stood there for another 45 minutes until he finally stopped healing his Chansey. Holy Jesus, that was something fucking else. I tell ya. But I feel like that story also speaks to just how incredibly stubborn I am. Because that is the kind of person I am. If somebody is like, no, you're not getting this. You, no. With the, for example, with the golden wrath thing is, no, just give up. Give up on this. You just walk along. No. That's when my, stubborn instinct is like, you motherfucker, I am gonna stand here and battle you until you give up. Because I am not giving up. I mean, I guess that is a conversation I could go on about with, on regards to, astrology. Because, I'm not, a definite believer in astrology. With everything like that, I try to keep my, keep my mind open and, I don't really think I believe in it. I wouldn't base any decisions on it. If, I was this sign and my potential boyfriend was this sign, I wouldn't be like, okay, I gotta check astrology.net to find out if we're compatible. No, I would not do that. But I could, if we were, laying on the couch or something, dude, wouldn't it be fun if we checked that, and even if it said, oh no, this is a disaster, you should never get together, I would just laugh that up and be like, well, that sounds like a challenge to me, huh? So, kind of just iterating here that, I don't really believe in it that much, but I think it's fun to imagine. like that is kind of my my opinion on a lot of like parapsychological things like that. You know, like astrology and tarot cards and all that kind of stuff. Is that as long as it's not hurting anyone, I think it's just fun to believe. But my point being is that because I am a Tauros in astrology, and there are some times where I'm like, no, it can't really fit that well, can it? But then when you look at the description of the star sign, one of the things is like, yeah, you are terribly stubborn. And I definitely notice, like, I can definitely, like, when I know that a battle is lost, I can concede. And if it's something that's not important to me, I have no issue with quote unquote giving up. But if it's something like that really is like, I know I can do it, and it's just some douche standing between me and my rightly earned victory, you better believe I'm gonna stand there for an hour to get it. Oh man. Also, hooray, we finally got our Altaria, which also coincidentally is one of my that is the thing about this team, like right now. It consists of like pretty much everybody except for Electrode is part of like my favorite Pokemon list, because I have a fucking course I have a list. I'm that person that has a list of their favorite Pokemon. I think all 5 of them, excluding Electrode, is on that list. So I'm pretty happy about the Pokemon that we do have right now. And I'm seeing that we're getting up on time, just how I wanted it, pretty much, because it was kind of my plan to get up until the Weather Institute here in this episode, pretty much. So I think I'm gonna be seeing you guys in the next time. Goodbye.